Now, I've watched a lot of scary footage over the years, and most of it you forget pretty quickly. But every now and then, you come across clips that just don't sit right. These are a few of those videos. When we're sleeping, everything pauses for us, but the real world keeps going. So here are some real-life scary things that were caught while everyone was asleep. Starting off with this clip of a 2-year-old baby. It was originally uploaded by the Reddit user calmparsley0430. Their 2-year-old baby Liam was asleep when the baby monitor notified them of a motion. It was around 1 AM and upon checking it, they witnessed this. Something held the baby's leg and kept dragging him downwards. At a moment, it seems like the baby tried to look at it, but he kept being dragged. The movement is bizarre in itself because no one can move, like with a leg straight hanging in the air. What makes it more weird is the fact that the baby kept sleeping, like nothing happened. But a couple of minutes later, the baby starts to move again, like something is continuously disturbing him. It ends with him scratching off the ankle from which he was dragged, and returns to the same spot where it started from. And if you still say that it was a normal movement, even the blind could see that he was being dragged. But if you have anything else to say, the comments section is all yours. Make sure to click the subscribe button. Next we have another similar footage. Another user posted a similar video of a sleeping kid, where these things are widely considered to happen at night. This was surprisingly daytime. This seemed like a normal morning cat roaming, kid sleeping. But I guess there's no schedule for ghosts. His leg gets pulled in a way similar to the first video. But this time the kid wakes up after falling on the ground. And one could see the questioning state he finds himself in after finding no one around. And it isn't limited to kids only, the comments section was full of similar incidents. A user said, "Got grabbed by my ankles and pulled off the couch when I slept over at a friend's house. I had red fingerprints on my ankles for a whole day after that." Another one said, "Something like this happened to my cousin when I was about 9. He was older than me, so he would always prank me. This night we were about to go to bed, so we were laying on a roll-out mattress on the floor. I was all wrapped up because it was cold, and he had his legs out, and he just dragged quickly away from me and was screaming. I startled and jumped up and thought he was just trying to scare me. Even his mom thought that. She ran in yelling, ready to whoop his ass, and he was freaked out. He had very visible marks on one of his ankles. It still freaks out to this day. and he's about to be 50. I still ask him, "Did you do that?" He always says absolutely not, and that he still doesn't sleep with his feet outside the blankets. Or let kids do it. I believe from now on, you won't be sleeping with your feet outside the blanket again. Let's move on to the next video. Another Reddit user, Quasideti, uploaded this video from his brother's bedroom. It was around 5 AM when the couple was sleeping. Suddenly something lifts off the bedsheet. In a manner similar to a kick, his brother wakes up to it. The man didn't do it. He checked up on his wife, but she couldn't do it either because her legs were crouched. You can clearly see his own legs were far away, and he even pulled them back too, but this happened again. You can even see at the end that wife's legs were on the other side of the bed. This is what his brother said about it. I was very skeptical at first, but kept examining it, knowing it's at least a queen-size bed, knowing how short my brother's wife is, and seeing where her head is laying. I don't know how she'd be long enough to do it. She is also completely out. It would have to be her left leg kicking up. Based on the outline of her body, I don't see how anatomically she could flick her left leg so swiftly like that while side sleeping. Moving on to the next video.
Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
This video is uploaded by a channel named Jimmy Nutt. Goes back to 2003, when screams were heard in a hotel room where no one was residing.
John, do you copy? It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John? There's no one checked into that room. There should be nobody in there.
The hotel management receives a complaint that there are screams coming from room Marriott 209, so they send off a security personnel named John to look into it. They thought that someone was being tortured, and the room was illegally occupied because no one checked in for the room. Constant screams could be heard, even when John reached there, and the management confirmed it too.
There's no one checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room. Correct? John, just wait. We're going to get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police.
They were still assuming that someone was being tortured, so John was advised to stay put while they called the police, because no one knew what kind of danger might await him. But ignoring the caution, he takes the matter in his own hands and proceeds to go in.
Amy, John's going to enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait 1. John? John, are you there?
John goes in there, the screams stop, and nothing unusual happens. We can see his torch moving here and there to find something, but could find any person in there. But everything was turned upside down or ripped apart. So he came out and told the management to call the police.
Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there. Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
John left the hallway in haste, and the way he kept looking back shows how scared he actually was. But did you see anyone leaving the room? You didn't, right? Let's rewatch the video. I think we all know now who created all of this mess and where the screams came from. No more comments, let's move on to the next video. Uploaded by Happy Fox Productions, this video dates back to 2019. The person went out of town with his mom, leaving his cats behind with a caretaker that would visit them during daytime. When he came back, the cats rushed outside and something was with his cats. Upon checking the cameras, he found this. The cat was on his hind limbs, like she saw something, and you could see in the hallway that some shadow was moving. The other cat also sensed it and came into the room to see. It didn't even stop there. The table moved, the door closed on its own and the camera dislocated from its position. After this, no one knows what happened, as no further footage was captured. He further polished the video by adding more brightness, and things are much more visible now. This video was uploaded by Omar Goshti on YouTube, where he witnessed an incident similar to the video of the couple sleeping that we showed earlier. So this couple goes to a hotel built in 1870, which is notorious for paranormal activities.
Go check out haunted hotels. One of the things I asked like the front desk, like, hey, give me the most haunted room.
It was built in 1830.
This hotel was built on the
The other ones were federal, 3/4 cents. Was built in 1830.
And this was built on a Civil War battleground. That's why it's so haunted. What have you seen online about this place?
Okay. One person said that she was walking down the hallway and she heard somebody running up behind her, and when she turned around there was nothing there, but she felt something like push fire. And then another person said that they woke up to like a Civil War person sitting on the edge of their bed. Another person said that there was one standing in the corner of their room. A lot of people that say that work here, they have like all these like different types of, like you can just Google it and you'll find it.
So they checked in and asked for the room that is most renowned for this kind of incident. So what he does is stream throughout the stay so people could witness everything live. They didn't even have to wait for the night because weird things started to happen already.
My live streams there. As I was taking the thumbnail to this, and I was just gonna show like the hallway, you know, what I just showed you guys a little bit ago. As I snapped this picture, because it's really quick, it's like it just has this countdown. There's like a figure. Babe, you need to come see this. I don't know if that was I mean, I didn't see anybody. Like, I just wanted to show the hallway behind me, and there was nobody there. I don't know, maybe somebody came out of their room or whatnot, but that's just weird because I didn't see anybody.
Are you seeing that?
What? What? Seen what?
The thing's moving.
What the hell? Maybe it's the AC?
Before going to bed, they decided to walk through the hallways and check out the hotel when they saw a weird figure far away, and the next moment the door that they just passed by closed out of nowhere.
It's questionable. That door, I mean, maybe we accidentally bumped into it. I don't know. You would need.
I was over here.
You would need quite a bit of force, though. If you did.
The couple went back to their room, kept the stream on, and went to sleep. Omar woke up thinking he had a normal sleep, but upon checking the comments, he found this. There were voices, but it wasn't just verbal intrusion. A lot of knocks and actions were heard, and then the voices started again. Then the moment came that I mentioned in start of this video. And finally the night ends. A lot of stuff happened. They were sleeping peacefully. If the stream wasn't on, they wouldn't have noticed any of this. We don't know what's happening in the background while we are sleeping. Lastly, we have this video, in which the owner noticed unusual activity in his kitchen. He shows the kitchen where everything is fine and at its place, so he moves towards the room, and 10 seconds later he turns back and witnesses this.
What the fuck is that? Oh my god.
Lights start to blink, going on and off on their own, while there was no one else in the home. The moment he approached it, the lights turned on, as they earlier were, but there was more to witness yet. All the cabinets are open, and the kitchen turned into a menace in some moments. He closes the cabinet and comes out only to witness this repeating itself again.
What the fuck is that?
And that's when he freaked out. If you've had any similar encounters, make sure you leave them in the comments sections. Make sure you give it a like and show your appreciation by subscribing to the channel.